We are designing a future filled with holographic meetings, autonomous vehicles, and remote surgeries, where a doctor's movements are perfectly mirrored halfway across the globe. We currently have the software and the raw computing power to create these technologies. What we lack is the underlying physical data infrastructure to actually run them in real time. The physical limitations of our invisible wireless networks represent the ultimate bottleneck for a fully automated world, not our microchips. Every major upgrade in telecommunications history has been driven by a desperate need to break through a specific data limitation. 1G was designed with one simple goal: cut the physical wire and allow mobile voice communication. 2G digitized the signal, which allowed networks to compress data and introduce basic text messaging. 3G broke the desktop barrier, bringing rudimentary web browsing directly into our pockets. 4G introduced high-speed broadband, providing the bandwidth necessary to build the modern app and video streaming economy. 5G's primary role was to move beyond the smartphone entirely, connecting machines, sensors, and the broader Internet of Things. Every generation scaled our data capacity to solve the specific traffic jams of the previous decade. But today, 5G is rapidly approaching its physical limits, largely driven by the exponential data demands of artificial intelligence. This graph illustrates the spectrum ceiling. AI data demand is curving exponentially upward, about to crash into the hard limit of 5G's bandwidth. We cannot simply widen this pipe. Surviving requires a complete departure from our current physical architecture. That architecture is built on a massive leap into what are called terahertz frequencies. This side-by-side bar chart compares our current network with the future. Terahertz frequencies unlock a massive gap in peak data speeds and volume capacity. Pushing data through these higher frequencies virtually eliminates latency, shrinking the delay between sending and receiving data to mere microseconds. With speeds this high, the internet transitions from a utility we wait to load into a real-time, instantaneous extension of human intent. Previous generations were geographically limited because they relied almost exclusively on ground-based cellular towers. This cross-section of the Earth shows 6G's solution. It integrates ground towers directly with low-orbit satellites and high-altitude drones, creating a single, continuous vertical architecture. This vertical integration erases geographic dead zones. The sky and the ground merge into one unified network. Operating a multi-layered global mesh of satellites, drones, and towers will be far too complex and fast-moving for human engineers to manage manually. This is exactly where artificial intelligence takes over, acting as the autonomous, self-managing brain of the global network. This AI brain creates a self-healing system. It predicts where physical traffic jams will occur and reroutes bandwidth around congested areas before a user's speed is ever impacted. Artificial intelligence integrates directly into the 6G architecture, serving as the active system that keeps global data flowing. The ultimate realization of this speed and capacity is the deployment of digital twins. A digital twin is an exact, real-time virtual simulation of a physical object, like a turbine engine, a factory floor, or an entire city. Because 6G enables instant sensor feedback across the entire network, the virtual model mirrors its physical counterpart perfectly, in real time. Operating within this environment allows autonomous vehicles, drones, and smart city grids to communicate instantly, coordinating movements to prevent collisions and clear gridlock automatically. By syncing the physical and the virtual instantly, 6G effectively erases the barrier between digital simulation and physical reality. Building this network requires overcoming massive hurdles, from finalizing global engineering standards to managing the intense energy consumption and funding billions in new infrastructure. And when it does arrive, 6G won't render 5G obsolete overnight. The two networks will operate side by side during a transition that will take years. Following the traditional 10-year development cycle, experts expect early commercial deployment of 6G to begin in the early 2030s. Generations 1G through 5G were built to help us communicate across the world. 6G is being built to turn the world itself into a single intelligent organism.